Okay, what's good, everyone? It's Nigel here, Trinidad Empowerment Network. So today we're going to talk about Guyana, the oil find in Guyana, and how this could potentially change the Caribbean, how this potentially affects the Caribbean, and let's dive straight into it. So Guyana is one of the smallest countries in South America, as you may or may not know. And right now, they are pretty much next door to us. They're on a doorstep, similar to Venezuela in many ways. And Guyana is on track to become one of the biggest oil exporters in the world. One of the biggest oil exporters in the world. That's just facts based on their findings. But what if I told you that this could change everything? This could change everything for the Caribbean. This isn't fantasy. This is Guyana. And if we Caribbean nations play it right, we could finally break free from begging America and Europe for handouts. We have it within our capability in the Caribbean itself. We could stand on our own 2 feet for once and for all, finally. So today I'm going to break it all down to you as to why this is totally possible. So for those of you who may or may not know, in 2015, Guyana struck gold. They struck black gold, for want of a better phrase, oil, offshore. They discovered 11 billion barrels of proven oil reserves. That's a lot of oil. That's worth over $500 billion US. $500 billion US by today's value. So let me put that into perspective. Guyana has a population of just over 800,000 people, about the size of San Fernando and Port of Spain put together. They're a tiny, tiny place, right? But by 2028, they are projected to produce 1.2 million barrels of oil per day. That's more oil per person than any country on earth. That's insane. That's astronomical. And that's why they're in line to be one of the biggest and most oil-rich countries on the planet. That's insane. That's a lot of oil. That's a lot of money. Okay? So, and by the way, this isn't just hype. I'm not just here to blow smoke. This isn't hype. It's already happening. It's already happening. And Guyana's economy grew by just over 43% last year. That's the fastest in the world. The government revenue from oil is expected to reach around $16 billion US annually by 2036. That is twice their entire economy before oil was discovered. 16 billion from oil. Just imagine Trinidad economy for the entire year is worth about 30 billion. So yes, this is real. And yes, this could be the beginning of a new Caribbean reality, but only if we work together. And that's where the trickery comes in. We are not working together. And Guyana has already dismissed Trinidad as a country they want to work with. This is why it matters. This is why it matters for the Caribbean. And this is why we stay divided. You look at Europe and the European Union, they work together. CARICOM, it doesn't pay, we do. And this is where it gets serious. If we combine Guyana's oil and Suriname's untapped reserves, Trinidad natural gas infrastructure, and Jamaica's, tourism, or the rest of the Caribbean's tourism, we have the resources to become a regional superpower. Without a doubt, a regional superpower. No one needs to migrate to Europe or America or Canada anymore to make it, unless you just want to go and visit the place. You don't need to migrate to make it. You don't need to leave your family behind like we typically do. We don't need to rely on foreign aid or the IMF, the American bank, for loans at a ridiculous interest rate. We just need to unite. We need to come together. The Caribbean could create a CARICOM energy alliance, or pooling resources, sharing infrastructure, and negotiating as one bloc, similar to the European Union. Right? But that requires vision. Abraham Traore type vision. It requires political will, not greed. And most of all, it requires us to stop thinking small. We must stop thinking small, following America, following Europe, following the colonial masters, still with that colonial masters mindset. It's still prevalent in the Caribbean today. We must think big. We must start thinking like innovators, because that's who we are. Now, let's address something that Trinidadians are asking. Or you may be, I don't know, but you should be. Why isn't Guyana working closely with us? Why isn't Guyana working closely with us? And the answer is simple. Trinidad shut down Petrotrin in 2018. I don't want to bore you with this story over and over again, but we shut down Petrotrin in 2018. Our refinery is rusting away while Guyana is producing millions and millions of barrels of oil. Vice President Bharat Jagdeo made it clear, and this is where it gets a bit sad, he made it clear that they are not interested in using Trinidad's outdated infrastructure. And this is where the problem lies. They are not interested in using our outdated infrastructure. They are looking forward, not backwards. And to be honest, you can't really blame them. You cannot really blame them. This is why Petrotrin went into administration in the first place. Because we can provide the necessary upgrade the world needed in terms of oil. We didn't upgrade our system enough to produce and compete with the rest of the world, so the system went backwards. We had the first mover advantage in the region with Petrotrin, but we wasted it with corruption and mismanagement and short-term politics. And now we see Guyana leading the way. Guyana's leading, and Trinidad has to catch up. There's been talks about revamping Petrotrin over and over again, getting foreign companies coming and invest, and that appears to be talk only. You hear someone talk about it for a week or two, and then it just dies. So I want to be clear. ExxonMobil, or Mobil, whoever you want to pronounce this, is the biggest winner here. They are the biggest winner here. They control 45% of Guyana's main oil field. 45%. Chevron is now in the game as well. They're now in the game after acquiring Hess. BP is only involved in marketing the oil. They're not involved in the production of it. right? BP is only involved in marketing the oil at the minute, not involved in the production of it. And Shell pulled out entirely. That's a huge mistake on their part, by the way. A huge mistake. So while the oil is Guyana's, foreign multinationals are still taking the lion's share because they control the oil field, the rig. They are the Petrotrins. If we are serious about independence in the Caribbean, by the way, Guyana needs to eventually build a state-run oil facility, similar to Petrotrin. They need to build their own Petrotrin, have their own capacity. And the rest of us in the Caribbean should be learning from their mistakes and their success, right? We need our own in the Caribbean. We cannot keep relying on foreigners to come in, whether it be BP, Shell, ExxonMobil, to take the stuff out the ground that we have. They come in, they take our natural resources, and we are not compensated anywhere near enough for it in the Caribbean. Look, we are not short of resources in the Caribbean. We are not short of resources. We are short of unity. That's our biggest problem, unity. We are short of leaders who think regionally. Everything is to go to Europe or America, but we need to build our own. We are short of boldness. Guyana's rise should not make us bitter. It should make us better. I don't want to sound like I'm preaching to you, but it should make us better. We should be working together, just like the European Union does, just like the G7 does, just like the BRICS Pact is attempting to do. It should wake us up to what's possible when we stop begging the West and start building for ourselves. So, here is my message to the Caribbean. Here is my message to the Caribbean. We have to, at some point, stop thinking like small island people. We have to stop thinking like small island. We have to stop sitting back and waiting for someone else to do it and copying them. We are better than that. We need to start acting like a region with one voice. CARICOM, one voice, one strategy, and one goal. Real independence, not just political independence, but economic independence, real economic independence. If Guyana can do it, so can we, and this could be beneficial to all of the Caribbean, all of us. Let's not see this as jealousy or creating division. Let's try and unite. Please, someone, bring us together, man. Why are we? This could benefit Guyana. This could benefit the Caribbean. This benefits all of us. This benefits every single one of us. Let's stop getting these Western foreign companies come in and take what belongs to us and leave us with scraps. Please, we have to. I don't know what else to say on this. And this is really frustrating to me. And this is why I need to keep building this network. Because at some point, someone needs to wake these people up. And I'll be the one to do it. So this is why I want you to like and subscribe to this channel. This is Trinidad Empowerment Network. We need you. We need you to like and subscribe. We need to create this channel to be the biggest channel in the Caribbean. And that way we could hold people to account. We could get the right people on board as well. The right people to talk to about how we could fix the problems we face in the Caribbean. That's what we need. That's what we need. So I hope you've gained some insight into what's going on with Guyana. And I hope you're better off for watching this video. Please, if you are, please like, subscribe. And I'll see you guys on my next video. For now, much love. God bless. Take care. Peace.